So it was then that Santa decided to take me back to the land of the living, back to the land of sanity, back to my family. And as we were climbing into the sleigh, he said to me, "Knock, knock." And I said, "Wait, who's there?" And he said, "Murray." I said, "Murray who?" He said, "Merry Christmas, one and all." Do I still look like Santa, or am I starting to look like the hobo I am again? Mrs. Claus handed me a gift to take home. And as I was climbing into the sleigh, I just couldn't let her go. I said, "Shouldn't you be on top of the tree, Angel?" And she shook her head, and I said, "Well, Santa's lap isn't the only place dreams come true, Angel." And she pulled out her pepper spray and showed it to me, but she didn't use it, so I knew I was in the clear, and I said, "Believe me, Mrs. Claus, if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows." And then she did mace me, which was quite unpleasant, but, it doesn't matter who invented Christmas. All I know is, whoever it was, he deserves to be crucified. So we hopped back in the sleigh. He asked me what I got my wife for Christmas, and I said, I actually got her a diamond bracelet. And he said, "Brian, what? A diamond? You know she wanted you to buy her a car." I said, "Yeah, I do, but I couldn't find a counterfeit Jeep coming from Hong Kong on 3-day delivery on Amazon. No, if I'm going to get her something that's only $400 instead of $5,000, it's going to be a very convincing diamond bracelet." And as we took off into the night, Santa said, "Brian, Santa's come in 4 stages. First, you believe in Santa. Second, you don't believe in Santa. Third, you dress up like Santa. And fourth, buddy, you're starting to look like Santa." And as we landed safely at home on my kitchen floor somehow, that's kind of when I started coming to my senses. I realized I was under the kitchen table, which means there was a lot of food storage atop me. It's very interesting, and I recommend it highly. I watched Santa packing up my laptop, the tablets, every last liquor bottle in the house. And he looked at me, and with a grin, he said, "Toy train sets are a lot like women's breasts. They're originally made for children, but these days, fathers just can't help to play with them." And with that, he stuck his finger to his nose, as I'm told Saint Nick often do, harfed up a line of Special K off the table, and in a wink, he was gone. I'll be back with my closing thoughts.